Oh, I know Civil War is out, and that's probably the movie I should be talking about because like the big movie of the weekend, but so is this.
Who's this? It's the one, the only.
Why don't you guys go ahead? I'll park the car.
I told you coming here was a bad idea.
They're my parents.
Hello, they locked you in a tower. Wasn't she supposed to kiss Prince Charming and break the spell? Like to know how it could get any worse.
Hello, Harold. We need to talk.
Shrek 2 was released back in 2004 and is the sequel to one of the greatest films and greatest achievements in all of cinema.
Shrek?
Yes, Donkey, Shrek! And here, Shrek and Fiona, now married and both ogres, and played by Mike Myers and Cameron Diaz, travel to the kingdom of far, far away to meet Fiona's parents, who are unaware that their daughter has now gone full ogre. Upset about this, King Harold, played by John Cleese, turns to the fairy godmother, played by Jennifer Saunders, and her son Prince Charming for helping a plot to separate Shrek and Fiona, as well as hiring a cat hitman named Puss in Boots, played very iconically by Antonio Banderas. And in honor of the film's 20th anniversary, it's back in theaters. And not only was this my first time seeing it in theaters, but this also means I have now seen every single Shrek movie on the big screen, which of course is where Shrek is supposed to be seen, goddammit. I saw the first one back in 2020 when nothing was coming out, and it got re-released in my local theater. I saw Shrek the Third, Shrek Forever After, and Puss in Boots when they first came out. I saw Puss in Boots The Last Wish 4 times during its theatrical run because I love that movie so much. And now, because of this re-release, I have finally gotten to see one of my all-time favorite movies on the big screen. The circle is finally complete. But just because Shrek 2 is one of my all-time favorite animated movies and sequels, doesn't mean that it still holds up. You gotta watch the review to see if it does or not. But before I get my thoughts on Shrek 2, I should probably let you know that I of course love the original Shrek as well. It's flat out great, and I of course know why he's a household name, but I will say that there are 1 or 2 issues that I have with the movie. Now the reason I say that is because when it comes to Shrek 2, I truly mean it in all honesty that I believe there is not a single thing wrong with this movie. It is one of those rare films, and I think most of you will agree with me when I say this, it is one of those rare films that is just perfect in every single way. If I was to put on my critic helmet and go into this movie and nitpick the hell out of it, it is physically impossible. I can't think of one thing about Shrek 2 that I dislike or think didn't work. It's just that damn good. Next to Across the Spider-Verse, this is probably my favorite animated sequel. And I just keep saying that it's one of my favorite animated movies, but really, it's one of my favorite movies in general because anytime it's on, I will not turn it off until it is over because I love it that freaking much. Now I know 1 or 2 of you might be thinking, oh, I'm just completely joking, I'm saying it's perfect as a joke because Shrek's like this giant meme or whatever. No, I truly mean in all honesty with everything I say about this movie, I love Shrek 2. So you're probably wondering, what do I love about Shrek 2 so much? Well, I'll say that one of 2 things that holds up more than anything is the movie's comedy. Shrek 1 is funny and it's got a lot of memorable jokes and adult humor, but Shrek 2 I think is hands down one of the best animated comedies out there. I've watched this movie ever since I was a toddler, and I still laughed hard at some of the jokes I've heard a million times from this movie. The timing of every single joke was just perfect, and they're some of the best and most memorable in the series. Probably my favorite out of all of them is the film's version of Cops, where they literally have Donkey scream out, "Police brutality! Police brutality!" in a quote-unquote kids movie. Yeah, say what you want, Shrek is not a kids movie. I don't care how many times they show it on Nickelodeon. Oh, and another great joke is when like Pinocchio, the pigs, and Gingy have to save them during the climax, and it leads to probably the funniest joke in the movie.
Quick, tell a lie.
Say something crazy like I'm wearing ladies' underwear.
I'm wearing ladies' underwear. Are you?
I most certainly am not.
It looks like you most certainly am all.
I am not.
What kind?
It's a thong. Ow!
Another thing I of course love about this and all the other Shrek movies are the characters. I'm guessing the majority of you watching this video grew up with these movies and the characters, and they of course still hold a special place in my heart, and there isn't a single one of them who are forgettable or pointless, and all the respective voice actors do a great job, especially Mike Myers as the ogre himself. You even remember characters that had like a very small role or no role at all, well, until maybe the later films, but we don't talk about those. Plus, this movie does have the introduction of our favorite fearless hero.
Now ye augur, pray for mercy from Puss It would.
Puss in Boots, who I once said before is iconically voiced by the great Antonio Banderas, who was such a great add-on to the series, and even became so popular that he has the second best movie in the franchise. He's also the funniest character in the movie next to Donkey, and I love how at the start, they kind of keep him in the shadows as this mysterious hitman, but then it's really funny when they reveal him as this little cat, and he does become much goofier as the movie goes on. And this could be because I've seen this movie so many times, but this movie is stupidly fast-paced. It's only 93 minutes long, and it goes by so quick that you're in and out just like that, and dear God, is the movie never boring. It's also funny to think that if it wasn't for early DreamWorks movies like this, we wouldn't have such great movies as Kung Fu Panda, How to Train Your Dragon, Megamind, Puss in Boots: The Last Wish, or hell, B-Movie! But people, I would not be doing this movie or this review justice, hell, this would not be a Shrek 2 review at all, if I was not to mention what is hands down one of, if not, the greatest climax that has ever been put to film. And you know the one.
All right, big fella, let's crash this party.
When I say this movie is absolutely perfect, it is scenes like this that I usually point to. Next to movies like RRR, Avengers Endgame, and Demon Slayer Mugen Train, this climax is absolute perfection and is the best way you could possibly end your film. I've always loved the movie references in these films, but this one is definitely my favorite and definitely the most effective, with a great homage to the Stay Puft Marshmallow Man from Ghostbusters, using a giant gingerbread man named Mongo. And of course, this climax isn't complete without Jennifer Saunders as the fairy godmother singing hands down the best rendition of I Need a Hero ever recorded. I love this rendition so freaking much that if you ever catch me listening to this song, it is this version. God, this movie is so incredible. And if you were to ever ask me to pick one thing, just nitpick the smallest little thing that I do not like about this climax, I'd say get out of my sight, because there is not one thing wrong with this climax. I love it so freaking much that there will be days where I'm just bored and decide, you know what? I want to watch the climax of Shrek 2 because it's that good, that spectacular, that amazing, and whatever great, amazing, spectacular word I have not used yet to describe this movie. I love it. I love it. And even the fact this movie ends with a dance party does not bother me because it's Shrek motherfucking 2. And I also love Antonio Banderas and Eddie Murphy's rendition of Livin' La Vida Loca.
Upside, inside out, she's living la vida loca. She pushes and pulls you down. Living la vida loca.
But there is one question that still remains. How the hell did Donkey fuck the dragon and have little donkey mutant dragon baby things? You think if he fucked a dragon, he would just get stuck in there and the dragon would have to be pushing out both Donkey and the little mutant babies. Yeah, I'm basically just spoiling the movie, but like me, you've seen this a million times. Okay, actually, there is another question that remains. Is it worth it to see Shrek 2 in theaters? Well, coming from someone who just absolutely adores this movie and cannot get enough of it, to the point where just talking about it makes him want to watch it again, yeah! Also, if your local theater is anything like the one I saw it at, tickets should be only $5, but not for me, because I have Regal Unlimited. Suck it! So if you somehow can't tell from all the praise I've given it, Shrek 2 still holds up perfectly, and it's one of my all-time favorite movies. If you haven't seen it in a while or never got to see it in theaters like me, then this is your chance to see it for its 20th anniversary on the big screen. And if you've never seen Shrek 2, what the fuck? But if you are that person, you fucking monster, then this is 100% a must-watch just to say that you're a human being. I still love the hell out of this movie, and I'm definitely going to be watching it a lot more times in the future. I'm going to give Shrek 2 an A+. I will say though that I am a little disappointed to see that the one A+ I've given this year so far is to a 20-year-old movie. But that 20-year-old movie is Shrek 2, so who cares? Oh, and if you're curious of what I think of the other Shrek movies after Shrek 2, shit and good enough masterpiece. Thanks so much for watching, you guys. Subscribe to my channel, like this video, turn on the notification bell, and next week I'll be back with Spy X Family Code White. See you then.